F it Friday.
Here it is. What do you know?
I can say fuck.
Get your ass to Mars. Mission. Wait. 15, counting. 14, 13.
Gotta have time to masturbate.
Well, I think it kind of speaks for itself. He just goes completely anti-science.
I'm paying money for naughty favors.
Where's that mushroom toy?
Because that mushroom head seems to get in the way.
I'm a good girl, I am.
She was what the kids would call a slut, which is a terrible thing to say, but apparently there's no denying.
This intro was her
I want to
idea.
apologize to all of you for what happened in there.
It
In
was
our
what?
competition for ratings, we all lost sight of why we got into show business in the first place.
Yeah, titties and beer.
I guess he's not.
I said Sintra was all your idea.
Oh, right.
All you. Everybody, welcome to Nothing Yet Live. I am Jay Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
All right. Look at this little gem.
That's a big gem.
I like this thing. It's called a Sherpa. And it's a nifty toy. So these guys put up this video, and it's they put up this video of this thing. Now I've seen these before. They're made in Russia or something like that, and it's got like this it's got this tiny little engine that runs off. Look at that. You almost can't roll it over, but you know what? It's the perfect way to destroy nature with your friends and have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's the part they're not showing right now is the overall effect. Of,
Yeah, they stomp a mud hole right in somebody's house. But yeah, it floats. It just paddles along.
and it
floats.
just
at
drives
this.
over everything.
Yeah, destroy
Yeah.
the forest. Go ahead. Look, just right through the forest. Yep, we're just making the road wide. Leave it to the Russians. I don't know. I still want one. I'm just
Yeah, well, you wouldn't use it for evil, right?
no. Well, maybe. I mean, how else are you going to get to your secret lair?
Right, that's true. How else are you gonna get to the Bat Cave?
But yeah, what a cool little thing. Get yours today.
Apparently, the guy who built it said if you can flip it, you can
And
have
said
it.
if you can get it stuck, it's yours.
Yeah.
And I thought I would just get a forklift and flip it over on its side.
But what if they parked it in a place where you
That's
couldn't
what I'm
get the
saying,
forklift?
They take him out there. That's what they're doing now. Is he's taking him out there, and then he hands the reins over to this guy.
So they
but-
don't have any additional equipment for flipping it.
Look, it's one of those great things that Russia is good at, which is making vehicles that you can maintain with a screwdriver and a ball peen hammer in the middle of nowhere, right? Like,
That's a Russian thing. I guess the German thing would
keep it
be
simple.
not keep it simple, make it really, really super complicated, but functional, and then insist that it's the best way that it could be done. Oh, and they want a poop sample first.
No, they fielded some of the best tanks ever, but you can't maintain them. This thing, I think, is made out of like hopes and dreams.
It might be made out of the results of Hopecraft CBDs.
Possibly. Hopecraft CBDs, Jackson Time, Tammy Time, are constantly out in Colorado, Crawford Ranch.
They're
Colorado.
constantly out there, yes.
Constantly out
Because
there.
I live there
That's right.
and work there.
Out in Crawford Ranch, Colorado. Constantly working on constantly improving the sustainability of their
You're
farms.
saying constantly instead of fuck, aren't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
I constantly lead this up. Go.
Oh, Hopecraft CBDs is more than 11 years in the making. They make salves, tinctures, and massage oil, and this wonderful candy that he's indulging in right now. It comes
Because
in
I
root
am
beer,
very stoned.
peppermint,
Anus.
lemon, anus, lemon,
Root beer.
orange. I said root beer, I think, and
You just made me
cinnamon.
think of root beer.
Visit hopext.com. That's HOPEXT.com to get some of your own.
Enter promo code STFUJ for theoretically up to 30% off. Also, throw in the notes, make with the lube, the dog treats.
And bubblegum, if you feel so inclined, but mostly the lube.
No.
You know, this you not swearing thing, it's reminding me.
Cutting the show short.
Well, it's reminding me of on Buffy the Vampire Slayer when Spike the vampire gets a chip put in his head so that anytime he tries to hurt a human, he gets this horrible headache. It's like, so he's kind of essentially, he's like a castrated vampire. He can't do what vampires do. He can hurt other vampires and other monsters.
I've seen that kind of trope, or I've seen that kind of thing done before. Actually, back in the 80s, there was a movie that I saw where this alien comes from outer space and he's basically like Superman, but he's not Superman, right? Whatever. And he has the power to like do anything he wants. And but if he like hurts somebody, he experiences the pain that he's inflicting on people. So very clever.
Yeah,
That's
clever.
That's how you beat Superman. But anyway, it was a shitty movie,
and
I regret watching it.
You can't get that time back.
Can't get time.
And it obviously is taking up some data in your brain.
Yes, it
so
is.
Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, we've been enjoying something this morning. Marjorie Taylor Greene is under oath.
Star Trek nerd. Squirrel. Sorry.
Well, I think they figured they'd pair one thing you like with another thing you like, which is watching Marjorie Taylor Greene
sweat in a box,
sweating under oath. Look at her. She is so out of her element.
So we went through this, so you guys don't really have to until she starts talking, but it's interesting. The questions that they were asking her was like, what was it? They were asking her questions about like, in her opinion, was this, or was this? And then she said, remember, he goes, did you mean this when you posted it?
Yeah. Or was that a joke? He said,
that's right.
When you tweet things out, when you tweet your opinion out, is it a joke or is it serious?
She's like, sometimes it's a joke.
But the technique is she can't win. If she says it's a joke, then she's a joke. But if she says she's serious, then they can take those tweets and use them against her. So
she's gonna be like, I'm being persecuted. And everybody in Georgia will be like, that's right.
So now he can take individual tweets and say, was this one a joke?
Yeah.
Was this one a joke?
She opened it for questioning.
Yeah. So now they can look at her tweets. It's pretty funny.
Ms. Green, did you see a story in the New York Times or in any other publication or media outlet in March of 2022 about Proud Boys having a written plan to storm government buildings on January 6th?
No, I've never, I don't recall, never heard it.
I never read the New York Times. I never read anything in my life.
I was hanging out with Mitch McConnell.
I was hanging out with Matt
I was
Gaetz.
under a rock in a bunker far away.
Anything about it.
Never heard of that. Never heard that was called 1776 returns, that plan.
Q wrote my whole prepared statement for me. She believes in QAnon and she didn't know any. I love it when they're just like incredulous, like, I don't know anything about them Proud Boys.
Yeah, it's
what
like
is that?
Trump. I never met that guy.
Yeah.
I never met that guy.
And
there's a photo of them together. Yeah, never know. Never met him.
Almost said never.
Oh,
it was close. I don't know. I'll have to check.
New phone. Who dis?
The government alleges Proud Boys had to storm government buildings.
No, I've never heard of it.
You were aware prior to January 6th that 1776 referred to an idea or a plan for people who were opposed to the certification of the Electoral College vote to infiltrate and occupy buildings in D.C.
No, so never. No.
You were aware prior to January 6, 2020.
All right, we're going to bore you to death with this. So the technique this guy's using is great. He's got it down to where. Now, do you think? I don't think that this is going to really go anywhere in terms of like getting her kicked out, right? But this is a one step because they have to do this. It's going to take forever.
Yeah, this is kind of like the impeachment. It's like I knew that they weren't going to convict him, but it's just the process.
Or that even if they did, it's like what? You put an asterisk on his baseball card? Like, is that
well, if he had if the first time he got impeached, they could have voted to remove him, and that would have been significant. But in her case,
I mean, this is what's happening. She's being impeached.
She's essentially being impeached. But even if it doesn't go anywhere,
like she's not going to go to jail.
It's basically a dog and pony show of all the bad things
Well, I
she's
think
done.
that they have to take a step in the, and then this is just people getting people aware of it, setting precedences. They're changing the law, by having this judge hear this. Also, the judge is dope. He's like, I swear to God, we were watching it and he goes, what do he say? He says,
it's already advanced a lot
Okay.
since we started watching it, so
Yeah,
it'd be hard to find that place.
no, but he goes, yeah. So
This is
because this is
happening
like
live.
6 effing hours long, right?
Yeah.
But the judge goes, well, if it's like opinion versus this, and the judge or the lawyer said that, and then because I think he said like, oh, every time I ask her a question, it's not an opportunity for her to give a speech.
Right.
I want her to say yes, no, or I'm not answering, right?
Yeah.
So that we can get through this in a. Oh, that's funny. Oh,
why is that song
Pac-Man's
playing?
playing it.
Oh, he's playing it.
Yeah.
Is that in reference to her?
By the way, yeah, this is brought to you by
loyalty
Dave
to the
Pac-Man. I
party?
could have found it live on C-SPAN, but I just didn't feel like.
Well, he's
Plus,
put it
I love
live on-
David. It's like having a
want to
extra,
support David.
Yeah. So what he had said was he was trying to nail her down, just saying yes, no, or I'm not going to answer. And so the other lawyer's like, oh, this constitutional, it's violating her freedom of speech, right? And he's like, no, cross-examining your client is not. She has to answer the questions that I'm asking her, right?
Right.
So this will set a constitutional precedent. What is going on here? That's what
They've
trying
never
to do.
done. This has never happened
Well,
before?
not really, not recently, not anytime. I mean, when was the last time an insurrection happened?
Right. So
It's been a while.
The resultant, this is fallout from that.
This is the kind of stuff that results in amendments.
Right.
And changing of the law. Now, I don't know a lot about constitutional law, but but this is pretty good. I like this lawyer. Now, we're not going to make you guys sit through 6 hours because you guys want to keep this short.
Yeah, we're getting to that point.
This is our pop culture phase.
So this is going on right now live.
Yeah. Well, no, this happened about 5 hours ago.
No, but I think
we're watching it.
I think it might still be happening. No, I guess they're on the East Coast.
I'd have to
they're
go.
probably they're probably done by now.
Yeah. So anyway, you go, prosecutor. Don't know what his name is.
Well, only seen the back of your head.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we're gonna come back with Everywhere Babies, which is a band name.
Actually, that's going to be in the third segment, but the next segment,
we're going to
do some. We're going to. Oh no, it will be in the next one. Because
we didn't really feel like, I don't feel like harshing on somebody. Plus, this is enough. This consumed most of our time. Yeah.
You know what?
Jesus, look at this.
Has she been nominated this year? Minutes. I think we just bide our time with nominating her
because she's just gimme.
She's just a perpetual dick.
See, we're gonna have a lot of things to make. I figure we can just have let's make fun of MTG segment and have her.
How about a whole show?
But,
whole day.
Yeah,
just a whole day dedicated to ridiculing this insane, ridiculous.
She's evergreen, and the closer we get to the election, the more bat stuff crazy.
Dang,
almost.
There's one.
I did not complete the T.
Oh, you know what? When we were kids,
judges, you guys,
and back in the 1400s, when I was a kid, we would sleep in the tents at night, and there were no parents around, and my brother and I would go, I would say something.
My brain just erupted in so many jokes.
Oh God, you are so
That's
so
gonna
wrong.
be an airdrop, and then I'm gonna make you say whatever I want.
I would say something, and my brother would go shh, and I'd go eh. And he'd go, tch.
Oh my God, you guys are such nerds.
Yeah.
You're Miss Parker. What a nerd. Don't forget Hope Crafts DVDs.
This is the guy who was nerding out on the Star Trek ad.
I am a nerd. What can I say?
And then you've got your lightsaber over there.
I do. But I am a Sith.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I am the Jay Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
is Nothing Yet Live. We'll see you next time. Next segment. End it.
I should have killed it right then, but I wanted to